Hi, this is Michael Lewis and I am currently enrolled in the TLET Master's Program at the University of the West Indies Open Campus. Today, we will be looking at how to integrate reflective practice into a lesson. I will be using the science topic, but the principles used can be applied across different subjects. Why integrate reflective practice? Because it can promote deep learning in students if done intentionally and in a structured way. It can promote self-directed learning among learners. It can improve learning outcomes among students working on a simulated learning task. And importantly, reflective learning tasks can serve as a gauge upon which educators can reflect and improve their practice. There are 3 instructional tools that I will be focusing on in this video. The first is interactive simulation. This tool can maximize learning outcomes through reflection as it is interactive and engaging. The second is collaborative activity. For this tool, the knowledge gained from teamwork and collaboration can be reflected upon to improve learning outcomes. And the third is reflective timeline. Using this tool, students will document their learning journey as they navigate the lesson. How will reflective practice be integrated? Learners will first engage in a series of simulated learning activities. They will then reflect upon specific simulated tasks using thoughts and images. Learners will engage in a collaborative learning task and will then complete a reflective piece using thoughts and images. And importantly, the classroom will be flipped so that scaffolding of learning tasks can be provided to learners during synchronous sessions. The Wolf's model of reflection will be used to guide the reflective process of learners as they navigate the learning activities. For the what, they will focus on the observations they made as they engage in the learning task. For the so what, they will focus on the challenges they encountered while doing the task and how they overcame them. And for the now what, they can focus on what they can do differently in the future to improve on errors they are concerned about. The lesson we're going to be focusing on is series and parallel circuits, and the grade level difficulty is grade 9, which is the same as Form 3. This lesson can be taught in 2 weeks in a blended or an online learning environment. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to identify components of a circuit, construct simple series and parallel circuits, distinguish among characteristic features of a series circuit and parallel circuit, and use real-life examples to explore advantages and disadvantages of series and parallel circuits. The main technology tools students will be using for this lesson are Moodle Learning Management System, Zoom video conferencing platform, the Lucidchart and the Padlet graphic design platforms, and PhET interactive simulation platform. Students' prior knowledge will be activated using a Kahoot quiz. The content for the lesson will be presented in the following manner: PowerPoint presentation for the introduction of key concepts, recorded screencast video to demonstrate how to construct circuits on PhET interactive simulation, recorded screencast video on how to use Padlet and Lucidchart, and short YouTube explainer videos on series and parallel circuits. For the formative learning task, students will identify circuit components using PhET interactive simulation and then post pictures and reflection to Padlet. They will then build simple series and parallel circuits using PhET interactive simulation and then post pictures and reflection to Padlet. This is an example of a series circuit, and this is an example of a parallel circuit. For the first summative activity, students will use PhET simulation to conduct a virtual experiment to investigate the difference between series and parallel circuits. They will then write an experimental report using a template provided by the instructor. For the second summative activity, students will use Lucidchart to create a concept map to demonstrate the differences among series and parallel circuits. During the activity, they will focus on observations from the experiment as well as observations from real life. The concept maps from students should be similar to this one. The third summative activity will be an individual task involving the use of Padlet to create a reflective timeline. The reflective timeline will comprise of images and reflections of formative learning tasks, the experimental report, and the concept map. The reflective timelines from students should look similar to this.